Assalamualaikum. This is my simple PF game. It is simple console based game. It is called Temporal Escape. Here is the menu where you can select these different types of start and instructions and credits and exit. Here is your type your username and then you type your password. You can also view your password by tapping at tab and there is a limit that you can type passwords. There is a fixed limit of 5 inputs. If you type your password more than 5 times wrong, then you are blocked and you have to call admin to get back access to your account. And all passwords are saved and it cannot be changed without admin permissions. And here is a simple gameplay. I use WASD keys to move the players. You have to reach the endpoint E, and there are different hearts at a different position. By getting a heart, you can get a 15 plus XP, or a different hearts have different XPs. And there is magazine M at different positions where you can get bullets. Each magazine has 10 bullets and there are different types of bullets depending on the weapon level. I am currently on the level 1, so there is a bullet that fires a simple hyphen and it has a limited intensity, and as the level grows there is a weapon level 2 and 3 which has different types of bullets and different intensity to kill the enemies. And this is the level 1 of the game and it has this, and you have to reach the end E without dying and time without within the time limits. And there are three different enemies. One is C, it is called chaser. It always chases you whether you move up or down. When you are in the radius of the player C, it will come to you without any restrictions. And there is a shooter. When you come into the that radius, it will try to shoot you. And there is a special thing. There is a player blood. When a player shoots you, you bleed, and there is different types of bleeding intensity depending on the intensity of shoot. And the boss, when you come close to the boss come to you and you are instantly killed. The boss has different powers and it grows as the level increases. And the boss has 3 lives and it can rewind also time. Here you can see there is blood and the player tried to shoot me. I can escape and you can check my health. It is at 20 because I have spent too much time near the player. And as you can see, the chaser it is moving toward me. As I move up or down, it is also moving up and down. And you can look at the bullets. It is 7 because I fired 3 at the start of the game. This is the basic gameplay. And wait, as I'm playing. Look, I come to the boss and and this is how I died. This is the game statics. Here you can check my score, how I reached the game and game over level. If I have completed all the levels, then you can see. Here I typed a new user and I created a new user account. It checked whether it has backend code or not. If not, then it will create a new user. And there is a password requirements. There is a 8 character long, one uppercase, one lowercase, one at least one number and one special character. Here I typed the password and you check. I confirm the password. This is how a new user created, and user enter the game difficulty level, and it typed the invalid key. As he typed the correct, he entered into the game. As you can see, he's playing the game. Now I shall show you how the backend code is working. This is the login pass code. Here you can see the it will ask for print the title, then it will go to XY and set the color, then ask the user to enter username. Here you can see there is a different users files in the users folder. Every time a new user enters, it will be saved into this folder where each user has its password, its health, its weapon level, its level, and its difficulty level. And you can see all the code is set where it can check the limits of how many times the password is entered, if user exists or not. If it exists, then it will load the data. If not, a new user will be created with these new configurations where the health is at 100% level is 1, weapon level at 1, score is 0, bullets. It has 10 bullets, next bullet 10, then and it there you can see the load game over text. This is the simple menu that loading the game over txt, maze.txt, maze2 txt, maze3 txt, and times up and title.txt and user.txt from txt files which are in present in source folder. That I show you later. This is the same user, and this is, let's suppose a user have completed level 1 and it stop the game. Next time it will come, the game will ask for the user to load a new game or starting from very left off. If the user have completed all three levels, it will always start from the this menu because user have completed the whole game. And this is from where I'm loading the mazes. I have created some constructors. You can see this is the check collisions, is valid move, and show difficulty menus. These are different sub-functions that has specific tasks which are loading from the structures.h and utils.cpp. Later I show you this. These are some functions. Let's suppose this is the update and initialization. It has three cases depending upon the user difficulty level. Let's suppose user chooses the case 1 and it has two enemies, shooter and chaser. Shooter that shoots and the chaser that chases the enemy. It changes its position and its ability to track the user depending upon the difficulty. And this is initialize hearts and initialize magazine. It initializes the magazines and hearts at different positions and also checks the collision in the different function. This initialize magazines, and this sets a time management functions. These are the time management function that sets the time for the each level have different timings. Let's suppose the easy level has 15, 10 and 5 minutes, and this is how the other levels was. This is a move play function. It calls two different functions, is valid or check collisions, that are defined in the utils.cpp and different cpp files that I show you later. This is draw maze, draw endpoint, and draw player function. This draw player P at the positions 10 0 and set its color to 7 0, that is green. And this is the header print that shows the values of the player name, weapon level, game level, and health, etc. This is the blood functions that defines the player bloods, and the later this is player movement function. It uses W, S, A, and D. If some in some cases the player has press the caps lock, so it can also detect the big keys W, A, S, and D. So it will work like a charm. There are five directions, and as I said you later, there are different levels of weapons, as you can see there. And user can also fire weapons in uh, on direction. If it wants to fire up, it can use arrow keys to fire upward, downward, in any direction. And user will see a weapon upgrade menu if we have ever upgraded a. This is update enemy AI. This is the main function that updates the enemy, how enemy is chasing, how enemy is shooting, and there is the first part where is the all code is about the chaser, how he's chasing the player and how it will be. And the second is the shooter. When the shooter comes in a certain direction, radius, player comes in a shooter radius, certain, it will don't matter in which direction player is, it will shoot it, and the player will use a significant amount of health. And these are collectibles where heart when this is the draw enemy, shooter, chaser, and boss. And and there is check heart collections. uh, if a player get a heart, it will be erased, and if player's health is boosted up to certain points. That is different for different levels. And this is level management, all level completed at the end. This is game statistics. This is game header. These are header files, and there is a class game. this is global variable for max attempt, and this is class game in which there are different variables for using at different type places, and this is a global public functions that am using in the game.cpp, and also calling them in the main.cpp that I show you, and it is utils.cpp. Here are the simple utility functions such as go to xy, set color, clear screens, calculate distance, get remaining time, is valid move, checking the valid moves, check collisions, and this is the title system where I'm loading the title from the source folder title.txt, and this is the main anywhere instructions, exit all are present, and this is the title.txt times up, maze is all the mazes, game over.txt, and this is the users folder where all user data is saved. As you can see, this is a username, then user password, then user weapon level, health, user difficulties, user bullets, and etc.